Hi, beautiful Scorpio. This is Mary Ellen. I am here with your April 2017 Soul Tarot reading. I'm using the Celtic Wisdom Tarot developed by Caitlin Matthews. If you are returning to the channel, you know that it is a very powerful deck, very beautiful, and it weaves stories about the soul journey. That is how I'm using this deck, based on what Spirit has guided me to do. And so there is a theme that is developing. If you have time, there's a couple general messages from Spirit, okay? If you have time, go and look at some of the other readings for your own astrological cohort. So, look at some of the things that are coming through about Pisces, about Cancer, and then some of the other signs, because Spirit wants everyone to know how we are developing as a group, okay, as a collective. So, sometime when you're bored and you don't have anything to do, check it out, okay? There's a very interesting theme happening here. And I'm going to do a reading sometime in April about the collective. I didn't do one last month because there was so much information coming through about the eclipse and an enormous amount of shift and change. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Mary Ellen. I am a clairaudient person. Through some shift and change in my own life, I decided to step in very deeply to a process that's been going on for me for many years. You'll see me touching the cards in order to channel the messages from Spirit. Spirit has asked me to let everyone know that these messages are letters from Spirit, and there is a desire to have two-way communication. So please, when these messages come out, sit within yourself. That's the phrase I'm hearing. And communicate directly with Spirit in whatever way serves you, okay? Whether you meditate, whether you pray, light candles, whatever it is. If you're involved in a religious tradition, use your pathway to help you understand these messages and to answer back. That's the phrase I'm hearing, okay? So, last month, there was an amazing process going on. You were doing battle in all kinds of ways, trying to figure out the strategy of life and being challenged. Your will was being challenged very deeply, and you had temptations. If you haven't seen that video, if you're new to the channel, go and look at last month's video, because this message is very clear to me, is building upon that, okay, just as Spirit said. So there was a lot going on for everybody, not just for you, Scorpio. Every sign was in a process of transformation in order to come to a new foundation to do the work that we are meant to do in 2017 with the great shift and change that is happening now. And again, I'm feeling a lot of energy, okay? So let's jump in. Here we have the combat of knowledge. And certainly last month, again, you were working with coming into a place of greater knowledge and being challenged. The challenger of will was there, which represents the devil card, okay? In this deck, it's really about, if you think about it deeply, that's about temptation. And you did have temptations showing through on the table last month, and your journey was to push through them, push through the illusion. And you did come to a place of renewal. Remember that? There is something here. I can feel it. It's a little bit magnetic what's going on there. Okay? There is some conversation that is happening about that. So I think rather than a new journey, what you're experiencing this coming month is going to be a deepening of the journey that started with the eclipses. If you haven't seen, there are some eclipse videos on the channel. The foundation of this information going forward rests upon the things that happened at the eclipse of the moon and the eclipse of the sun that happened at the new moon in February. So go and check it out. The combat of knowledge, right, lying over the top of your reading. Do you see the passion, the stress, the strife, anger? I'm hearing the word anger, some anger. about being in a situation that is unjust. And this card is about, the story behind the card is about a woman who was a goddess who agreed to marry an earthly king. And they had some sacred agreements, and basically that person didn't keep them. And compelled this woman to run a race with a horse, and because she was a magical goddess, she beat the horse. Upon reaching this goal, she gave birth to twins, and the king was vanquished in a certain way. He came to have to pay for his lack of faith and trust. And so I think the message is, those are still issues that you are dealing with. There was definitely a message last month about lack of trust, perhaps in the people around you, about dealing with the strategy of life, and how to be victorious not in these situations, despite them. That's what the message is. Thank you, Spirit. So, overlying the top of your reading this month, we have this giving you guidance, giving you energy, giving you light, and setting the theme for the things that you are going to be doing as you continue your work on a spiritual basis here on the planet. Okay? So the combat of knowledge is about utilizing the knowledge that you have in order to face the challenges of your life and be successful. And ultimately that's what the story is about. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm getting a little glare off the light. Okay, so let's see what's at the center. If this is laying over the top, this is the central core. And look, there, it's beautiful. Do you see? You have come through. And Scorpio, that was definitely the outcome last month. Do you remember? You had the perfector. Do you remember that? And so you are at this new set point now, where you have the ability to overcome challenges, to overcome deceit, the things that you don't trust, that make you feel uneasy. This woman certainly did it. And this couple, they were engaged. Okay, this is the courtship of art. And so, there's always several messages. This is about entering into a new place in which you can have an artful courtship with life, about the challenges that you meet, and the new skills that you are taking up. Okay? So this couple was betrothed, they planned to marry, and someone tried to interfere. Through some, the word I'm getting is malfeasance, which means deceit, right? Something that is meant to do harm in a way that is unseen, okay? And what happened was they found a way to encapsulate the person who was trying to do them harm. Tie it up in a bag with a bow and hang it right on a hook, and there it sits. They didn't have to do battle. They used an artful methodology to reach their goal. And so, this woman's garment is green. This gentleman has a red garment. There is passion in this moment for you with the realization of your new set point. And do you remember last month you had the renewer? You are at a new set point. You came through a rite of passage, a very profound one. And there is new growth happening and the joining of male and female energy in order to go forward in a place of balanced strength. That's the message. So we're going to see your journey that has to do with that this month, okay? So here on the human level, let's see what's happening. There. Scorpio, look, I'm getting choked up. That is the first card in the major arcana of the soul deck. That is the decider of will. Do you see that? And that is, behind, up above. Do you see the blue image there? Signaling again, being across the veil, transformative journeys. Okay? Last month you had the challenger of will. And there was a lot of temptation. And you came through. And you are now in a place of solid understanding of the nature of your will. Okay? You are in the driver's seat. You decide how your energy and how your passion and how your deep, watery knowledge is going to be employed. And this is in the first placement on your human journey this month. That is a very significant shift and change. There's a lot of power, a lot of sacred knowledge. Okay? Do you see the progression from last month? That is a very beautiful card. I really love it. I'm going to hold it up a little bit more. That's just incredibly gorgeous. So let's see what happens. Okay. So as I suspected, as with many of the other signs, there is a message this month about acknowledgement and helping you become clear about your new set point. Okay? Spirit's telling me to flip this. Yep, just as I thought. Okay, so you have decided that you are no longer willing to engage in this. Okay? I don't think you've seen this card in your readings. This is the elopement of art. Okay? So just take a moment to look at this image. There is a man and a woman sitting on a platform inside of a castle in a very cold, gray, dungeon-like environment. They are watching the river of life flow beside them, and they are not able to engage with it because they are stuck to this golden bowl. They went on a quest to find these riches. This is about wealth, material wealth, riches, dominance. You know what? I don't know why, but I'm just going to say it. I'm hearing the words political wrangling. So, again, it's about the way we as humans behave. In all of our societies across the world, it doesn't matter. All the cultural differences, in essence, this is where we've been living, isn't it? Stuck. They reached their goal and now they're stuck to it because it doesn't serve them. And it does not serve humanity. That is for sure. And no matter what you say, on some level, it doesn't serve spirit. We have a goal that we are meant, our sacred destiny is meant to achieve. And focusing in this way just makes us stuck. So the message from spirit is that your will, because of the passage is the word I'm hearing, that you had last month, a rite of passage, and a challenge to your will, which was the bridge to the spirit realm last month. You remember that? Now the decider of will is here in the first placement in the human realm, and you have decided that you've had enough of this and that you are moving on. You are firm in yourself. You have the power inside of you to make the decisions that you want to make in order to leave this behind and end up in this place. Do you see the difference? This is the courtship of skill. Okay? Do you see the river? I want you to be really clear about this message. Look. Do you see that? Those people stuck to the bowl, life flowing beyond their reach. This couple, another joining of male and female energy, okay, standing on the shore, ready to take a new journey, hand in hand, for transformation and new growth. This is not about a romantic journey. Do you see the sun, lion-hearted energy in the background? And they have these sacred vessels at their backs. And the reason is because they, in order to manifest all the things that are in those vessels, the first thing that has to happen is they have to join together. They have to join their energy in trust from a place of love through their will. It has to be a decision that has to be made. Okay? And so Spirit is acknowledging you. This is the place you are standing. And you now have the capacity to join the collective with your will to do the work that you are meant to do because of your set point as a Scorpio. And it's interesting that all this water is showing up. I believe. There's no coincidence in these cards. That's what I'm learning as I'm doing these readings, okay? So this is very exciting. Very, very exciting that you are being affirmed and acknowledged. Do you see? All these things are reflecting each other. So let's see what's here at the bridge. Look, Scorpio, look. This is the bridge card. The Queen of Knowledge. This is exceedingly beautiful. I want to show this up close. Do you see that beautiful woman? That is a goddess. She lives across the veil. She is playing the sacred harp and weaving. This is a loom of sorts. She is weaving the threads of your destiny. You know, honestly, I'm getting a little choked up. Weaving the threads of your destiny because you have stepped onto your sacred journey. Do you see? She is here to assist you. She hangs suspended in the universe, working her magic to assist the efforts of those of us here on this plane of existence that are working to bring the change and the kind of world we want to create from our heart-mind chakra. That is her job. Okay? And look, do you see this? You shifted your will through the challenge that you had last month. And now your bridge to the divine is the Queen of Knowledge. That is a very sacred realm to be standing in. And because you were renewed last month, you have the capacity to be traveling in this way. This is very profound, Scorpio. Okay. So, very interesting the way these cards come. Okay. So clearly there is a new courtship. And the courtship is with the Queen of Knowledge. Do you see this? Do you see what Spirit is telling you? It's really beautiful. Here, this is the dialogue of skill. So the first placement in your spirit journey this month is this beautiful dialogue with Spirit in order to more deeply remember yourself. This person is transforming. Okay, this is you. And this is the spirit world. This is the sacred oracle from the Celtic tribes who is having a dialogue with this person to help them remember themselves. That is what is happening in this card. Telling the stories, the sacred stories of life in order to help you come home. That's what the story is about in this card. Okay? A skillful dialogue that Spirit is having with you. And that is why it's coming through a lot, actually. It's really interesting. That is why I'm getting these messages about letters and dialogue. This card is showing up a lot. There's a lot of dialogue this month, a lot of new skill cards. It's very interesting to me. There's a lot of love I'm feeling coming through this card for you. Okay? And Spirit appreciates that you are willing to be standing in this place to have this dialogue. Oh, look. Scorpio. The Dedicator. Do you see that? Look. I know you know what that means. I don't even have to say it. That is intensely beautiful. You are on a very deep and mystical journey, Scorpio. And we know that you have the capacity to have this journey into the deep places of mystery as an initiate, dedicating yourself to the wisdom that exists in a higher plane of existence in order to be a conduit. That's the word I'm hearing. Yeah, I'm hearing channel, I'm hearing conduit, I'm hearing words like that. To transmit, that is the phrase that's coming through. In order to be a conduit, to transmit this deep, sacred energy and spiritual knowing here on this plane while we seek to shift and change and grow and evolve as beings. Okay? So that journey that you had last month prepared you for this moment. There's a very profound journey that continues to happen. And Spirit wants you to know very clearly the source of this. That's why the message is coming out this way. Okay? The Dedicator leaps blindfolded into the void. The hand is raised. A supplicant. That's the phrase I'm hearing. A supplicant to higher knowledge. In order to be willing to let go of what was and transform. That is why the decider of will is here. You've decided to leave this behind, okay? So let's see what is here. Wow. Okay. Look at that. You see that? That is the quest of battle. All right? So this is a boat full of souls. I'm going to see if I can turn this so the glare comes off it. I apologize. Okay. So, there. That's a little better. Do you see these people rowing? They are adrift on the ocean, traveling, attempting. The sun is coming up behind this crimson shore, but this card is shrouded in mystery. And these people in this boat are traveling together in their soul form. They are not fully human. They are traveling across the universe together in this boat, adrift on the ocean, attempting to reach a new shore. And let me see if I can show you this a little closer. Do you see? Do you see the form of those individuals? Okay. So, the story behind this card, it's a quest. And the battle is a battle to regain their souls and to come to a place of stability. And that is the journey you are on. You are being told. Do you see this line? That is very profound. Just this. The whole thing actually, but my goodness. Okay? So, when you are an initiate, in any tradition, you are asked to give up, to let go of what was, and to sail away into the deepest place of mystery, to reach a new shore. And as it relates to here on the earth, it's very interesting to me, because if this is in the earthly plane of existence, it can indicate a feeling of despair. And it may be that you are coming to this place because of feelings of despair, because of the difficulties you've weathered, and because of the things you see around you here on the earth. And what Spirit wants to tell you about this is that when you come to a place where you feel all is lost and there is no hope, and you let go, and it's funny, the word that's coming through is dissolve. Dissolve yourself into Spirit with guidance and your will. That is the moment of magic, when something new begins to form. And so as an initiate, you are being asked to let go of old ways of thinking and old ways of being, and to allow yourself to set sail into the deepest mystery that exists. There's a deep hush in the room, Scorpio. This is very deep. And, obviously you as a Scorpio, very deep, very quiet. More so than any of the other signs, I think, quite actually. So let's see what the outcome is here. Look. Do you see that? Spirit loves you so much. This is the augury of skill. Okay, so blue trousers, having been transformed. Do you see that? Shining city in the background, bathed in light, sitting in a place of lush greenery, in a youthful presentation, the heart chakra fully exposed. All right? Do you see that? Look at the look on this person's face. Calm, quiet, sure of themselves, and doing the work that they feel so confident about. This is about sending messages out into the world. This is not about violence or battle. A spear is a sacred image about power. Okay? And this is a somewhat of a male energy-oriented image. And I just want to remind everyone that, in these readings, it's about energy, right? So there is, whether you're a man or a woman, there is an energy inside of you, a new set point that you are reaching because you have decided with your will to reset the point of your power in order for your sacred work to go forward out into the world. Spirit is acknowledging you because you have been renewed. Last month, do you remember the renewer? Right in this spot? The renewer, right here is the outcome. And now, because of that, you have a new set point. A number 1 card, an augury of skill. Okay, for you this month, that is the message. If you have any questions, you see this dialogue and this dialogue and this dialogue? You are to take your questions and seek counsel with people that you know that love you and have your highest interest in their heart, who will be willing to listen to you talk about the process that you are going through. I think you might need that. You know, this is the first card, Dialogue of Skill, about this sacred dialogue, the first card in your spirit journey. So I would take this in some way, yes, it's about spirit speaking with you, but I would take this in a little bit of a literal sense. Do take care of yourself. You've come through a lot, Scorpio, and I want you to rest and take your sacred dialogue to some of the people you trust. And if by any chance you are actually going through a real initiation and you feel that it's appropriate to speak about that, I would love to hear about that. I have been through an initiation that came to me in the dream time. It was a very profound experience, and it actually came at a moment like this for me. I had to decide. I had to make a decision and make some spiritual vows. And it's many years have passed since that, but incredible things have happened for me. And so I'm just sending you my love and my compassion and my encouragement to continue to stand in the sacred place of will, okay? To be the decider in your life and to answer the call that you clearly are getting from Spirit, okay? Your energy is needed here very deeply to help the collective shift and change. The Queen of Knowledge is here. The Sacred Counselor is here with you as you take this step as an initiate to go into this very deep place that is your home. Okay? So Scorpio, have a wonderful month of April. If you'd like a private reading about your individual circumstances, my email is posted in the description. Send me a message and I will get back to you within a day or so. Okay? I thank you very, very much for the work you're doing. It is very, very sacred, and it means a lot to me, and it means a lot to Spirit, and Spirit wants you to know that without any question. Okay? Thank you so much, Scorpio. Have a wonderful month, and I'll look forward to hearing from you. Put some messages on the thread below the video if you have time. Okay? Thank you, Scorpio.